World War I, a conflict of unprecedented scale and brutality, left an indelible mark on the 20th century. It shattered empires, redrew borders, and unleashed forces that shaped the world for decades. Though intended to end all wars, it sowed the seeds for World War II. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, fueled resentment and instability. The war's end brought relief, but also widespread disillusionment and loss. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to prevent future wars, instead became a focal point of bitterness and resentment. Germany, held solely responsible for the war's outbreak, faced harsh penalties that crippled its economy and fueled nationalist anger. The treaty imposed crippling reparations payments, stripped Germany of its colonies, and forced it to cede territory, further humiliating a nation already reeling from defeat. The treaty's war guilt clause, which forced Germany to accept full blame for the war, was particularly contentious. It fueled a narrative of victimhood and humiliation, exploited by nationalist groups who sought to regain Germany's lost power and prestige. The treaty, while aiming to cripple Germany's military capabilities, inadvertently created an environment ripe for the rise of militarism and extremism. The stage was set for a revanchist movement, fueled by a desire for revenge and a longing to overturn the perceived injustices of the Versailles settlement. World War I shattered the existing world order, leaving a void filled by economic chaos and political instability. The war devastated Europe's economies, leaving behind crippling debt, inflation, and widespread unemployment. The collapse of empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian empires, created power vacuums and fueled ethnic tensions across Europe. New nations emerged, often with competing territorial claims and unresolved historical grievances. The global economic depression of the 1930s further exacerbated these tensions, creating fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. Desperate for solutions, many people turned to radical political movements, including fascism and communism, which promised order, stability, and a return to national greatness. The democratic institutions established in the aftermath of World War I struggled to maintain legitimacy and authority in this climate of economic hardship and political polarization. Section 4. Rise of Nationalism and Ideologies. In the aftermath of World War I, nationalism surged throughout Europe, fueled by a potent mix of economic hardship, political instability, and wounded national pride. This resurgent nationalism often manifested in aggressive, expansionist ideologies, most notably in Germany, Italy, and Japan. In Germany, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party exploited the nation's humiliation and economic woes to gain power, promising to restore German greatness and overturn the Treaty of Versailles. Similarly, Benito Mussolini's fascist regime in Italy promoted a vision of national revival through military expansion and authoritarian rule. In Japan, militarist leaders, driven by a desire for empire and resources, embarked on a path of aggression in Asia. These ideologies, fueled by a dangerous mix of nationalism, militarism, and racial superiority, rejected the principles of international cooperation and collective security that had emerged after World War I. Advancements in warfare, from trenches to Blitzkrieg. World War I saw a technological revolution in warfare, with machine guns, tanks, and airplanes transforming the battlefield. Trench warfare gave way to mobile, mechanized warfare in World War II. Germany embraced these new technologies, developing the Blitzkrieg strategy of speed, surprise, and overwhelming force. This proved devastatingly effective in early World War II, allowing Germany to conquer vast swathes of Europe quickly. Section 6. The Legacy of World War I, a world primed for conflict. World War I cast a long shadow over the 20th century, its legacy shaping the events leading to World War II and beyond. The Treaty of Versailles, rather than ensuring lasting peace, created conditions for renewed conflict. The war's economic and social consequences, combined with the rise of aggressive nationalism and totalitarian ideologies, made a Second World War almost inevitable. World War I stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of unchecked nationalism, the fragility of peace, and the devastating consequences of unresolved conflict. The lessons learned from this devastating conflict particularly the importance of international cooperation, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to peace, remain as relevant today as they were in the aftermath of the Great War.